Hello everyone, my name is Diego Alfonso and I'm your host with the Florida Aviation Network. We are broadcasting free and in the clear from the Aerospace Discovery in the Florida Air Museum at the Sun and Fun Complex in Lakeland, Florida, during its 43rd annual Sun and Fun Fly-In and Exposition. Today, our guest is Mr. Robb Williams. He is the Executive Director of the Aerospace Center for Excellence. Robb, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me here today, Diego.
It's a pleasure. I'm always looking forward to have you here. Because you keep me on my toes. That's why, you know. You're about the few interviewees that can do that. At any rate, I understand that there's a lot of things going on right now at the Aerospace Center for Excellence.
Correct.
Why don't you just go ahead and let our television and cyberspace audience what's going on?
Absolutely. Well, Sun and Fun and the Aeros is the fundraiser for the Aerospace Center for Excellence. Lots of folks know Sun and Fun as this once-a-year event, or you're in town and they see a Sun and Fun shirt and they say, oh, is Sun and Fun back? Well, the fact is Sun and Fun has never left. On the Sun and Fun Expo campus here in Lakeland, Florida, in Polk County, Florida, we have over 74 year-round events on our 200-acre campus. All those proceeds support year-round educational activities at the Aerospace Center for Excellence. So cool. The question, go ahead.
No.
So the question might be, well, what is ACE, or the Aerospace Center for Excellence? Well, it's 25 of those 200 acres dedicated towards year-round educational and programming. It's 12 buildings. You're inside one of them right now. Aerospace Discovery at the Florida Air Museum, which is the official aviation museum of the state of Florida. 3 years in a row, it's been a TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence. We have partnerships with the Association of Science and Technology Centers and the Florida Association of Museums. We're recognized for our exhibits, and we've transformed from being a museum into a learning facility. One of the other buildings at the ACE complex is right across the street, and two of the camera operators here are students at the Central Florida Aerospace Academy. So that's a Polk County public school. So any student in Polk County, you can even get special waivers if you live outside of Polk County, to come to this Academy High School. And they have a curriculum focused on aerospace and aerospace programs. So they have one of 4 tracks that you can go into there. So the students either can go into the professional pilot program, you can go into avionics, engineering, or airframe and power plant. And by the time they leave, they'll actually have a certificate that they do. Pilots will have ground school certificate, avionics will have an NCAT, the engineers will have 3 certificates, SolidWorks and something else, Keystone, and then our airframe, the mechanics will have airframe in general.
Right.
So that's a fantastic opportunity that they have there for them. Now those students can then roll into the programs at Travis Career College, which is another part of the Polk County school system, to go ahead and finish up their power plant program, or they can choose to go to Polk State College. A great opportunity there at Polk State College, less than a mile away right down the street here. Polk State College has the only bachelor's degree from a public institution in the state of Florida in aviation.
Wow.
So they also qualify for the restricted ATP at 1,000 hours. So there might be other schools out there with big names here, big names there, and promise you this and that. The bottom line is you get the exact same education, leave the exact same certificates as going to Polk State College down the street as you go to any other university out there.
That's great.
Great opportunity. Another one of our buildings out here is the Lakeland Aero Club. So you start talking about high school students flying, and all of a sudden people say, whoa, liability, can't do that. So Sun and Fun, along with our wonderful partners at Lakeland Linder Regional Airport, found a way to make a separate 501c3, where our young men and women after school can walk down and they can go ahead and work on their own airplanes. I said that, their own airplanes. They have ownership over these airplanes. So they get them as a bucket of bolts, assemble them together, and take them and get them signed off and fly to Oshkosh. So we've taken care of our pilots, we've taken care of our mechanics now. Now is our engineers. So we looked at the need out here. So 2 weeks from now, we have a UAV or drone competition with Lockheed Martin. A week after that, we've got a high school competition. So we thought, well, maybe we should have a high school engineering club. So we formed the very first drone club that operates on airport property in the United States. Fully sanctioned through the Academy of Model Aeronautics. Our good friends at the FAA and at Lakeland Linder Regional Airport found a great place for us to fly safe and legal, so our young men and women can come down here and learn how to manipulate the airflow over the controls and fly these drones. So we've got something happening here for everyone. You hear me mention a lot about partnerships, though. I mean, we're talking about the city of Lakeland helping us out, Lakeland Linder Regional Airport, Polk County, sponsors, Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association, and our volunteer support. Florida Aviation Network being one of our major supporters. So we thank you so much for being here every year and for the service you guys provide.
It's a pleasure for us to be here.
Absolutely.
So, you know that I mentioned drones. The most important part I see what you were talking about is that these kids that are able to fly those drones are learning to fly the drones, but in a regulated environment.
Yes.
And they're learning how to do it properly.
Correct.
And then in turn, when they go out there, they can teach others, you know, really how to do that thing.
Right.
Where it doesn't present a problem to anybody.
Absolutely.
One of the things that impresses me about this museum is, you know, I'm a mechanic. I don't know if I told you that, but I'm an A&P. And I love to go over there and watch that engine. You know what I mean? I mean, when you take a student and you bring it to something like that, that's a tremendous visual aid. I mean, you can see this thing just, whoever came up with that idea and sewed all those little parts away, that must have been a tremendous chore.
Well, and, you know, that's the thing here at Sun and Fun in general. I go and I talk throughout the United States about our programs, and people are wanting to replicate what we do. They're like, well, we can do that. Well, yeah, but we have something that nobody else has, and that's our fantastic volunteer support.
Exactly.
I mean, I talked about folks at Florida Aviation Network. We have a gentleman across the way there, Frank Klatt, one of our volunteers, Tom Ruhlman. Tom built an MD-80 radio room, replicated out. Frank has worked tirelessly on all these engines, and countless others of our volunteers make this event and this opportunity for our young men and women what it is.
That's right.
Couldn't happen without that.
That's right. And then the seed is planted for space.
Yeah.
Because I was impressed with that, the universe in 50 feet.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know whose idea was it, but to see that in perspective, I mean, that's my wife and I, we fell in love with that thing. I'm serious. And I memorized it that from the sun to Pluto is 3.5 billion miles.
Right? Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Well, it's cool because it breaks it down to a scale size that people can actually understand.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I've seen pictures of planets, but to see it in a straight line, it's a complete different take. And then, I don't know, it's because you understand it better.
But
maybe I'm slow, but...
No, I'm a hands-on learner myself, and that's what coming here is about. It's about being able to honor the past and inspire the future. So we have a tribute to all of the wonderful events that have happened in Florida history, and then we also have an interaction here as well. So you can come here and learn, whether you come on a field trip, or the high school students come, or the college students come. We have airframe and power plant. They come over here and they learn about the brake systems on the different brakes in the planes here. It's great.
You already took a picture of the propeller? Because no, I'm working on a video for instructional purposes for pilots, because pilots know very little about the inner workings of the propeller, other than you move this lever and it goes like this. And then I saw that propeller that's cut away in different sections, and then somebody, and I've been looking for this information for many, many months. And now I see that somebody did the study, and at 2,500 RPM, the root of the propeller turns at 89 miles an hour, but the tip is going at 656 miles an hour. And that propeller answers so many questions just by a student just looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tremendous, I've never seen that before. And then they cut the bottom part of the propeller in sections so you can see the airfoil, the different shapes of the airfoil. So as a mechanic and a CFI, just give me this part here. And I'm happy with this.
That's good stuff. That's right. That's right.
Now, you also mentioned something, and I don't know if you covered this within your year-round.
Yeah, year-round activities. So all the profits from Sun and Fun the event and all those 74 facility runs we have on a year-round basis, which if you're doing the math is about 1.3 events a week,
Right.
which is a lot to have happen out here. But they all go towards year-round educational activities. So our next one coming up are our summer camp programs. So anybody interested in summer camps, please go to www.flysnf.org and register for the summer camps before the opportunities are not there anymore. I mean, they sell out all the time, so just want to make sure all of the listening and the viewers get an opportunity to register for those summer camps. And then throughout the year, our programs, the CFA, our scouting programs, other summer camp programs, our flying programs, they're all out here year-round. So please view the website, find out what's out here, and we want to be something for everyone.
Okay. Now, there is another item on my list here that addresses career fair.
Yes, sir.
So would you like to fill us in the details there?
Sure. Yeah, well, I was prepping ahead of time. I was sitting in that wonderful green room. It's sponsored by the Island of the Bahamas, so it's a fantastic addition this year. So
Yes, sir.
thank you to the Islands of the Bahamas for that wonderful thing. And so it's a great asset out there. So some of the people got to come in here today and be part of our career fair. So this is our 4th year in a row we've had our career fair sponsored by jsfirm.com. And we've gone out, we've gotten 15 aviation companies who are actually actively hiring qualified individuals for their companies. So we have a whole selection of criteria. They come and they sign up, they bring their resumes, they have an entry time. So right now we had over 300 people come through, buy a ticket to come into the career fair. Now, having been an unemployed pilot multiple times in my life, and having the very fortunate time, one time in my life, to actually hire pilots, I know how difficult it can be to find people and how challenging it can be to work if you're just at an auditorium somewhere. Well, here, the pilots and the exhibitors can come in and they can go to the career fair, do their business, and then at 2 o'clock they can go out to the air show. And then with it being on Wednesday, there's 2 air shows.
That's right.
So they can stay. So I try to make it for $37 plus tax and parking. You get to come in and see a great air show. And then other career fairs are charging upwards of $200. You know, I want to give something back to the aviation community, and I feel like it's a great service. It's something that we're able to do.
I interviewed, what is it, Jobs S Firm or
jsfirm.com.
.com, and I interviewed him not last year because I was sick last year. I couldn't come the year before, and I participated in that too. And it's a terrific, and I see him here. He was here before.
Yeah, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's something that happened today that it's really, to me, it's unbelievable. 2 years ago, you had the fair also, and I was outside the museum, and this gentleman is about maybe 40, 41, and he came in, and he asked me what the career was, and I said, you know, go right in, make a left, whatever, make a right, and then he said, you know, I'm like, he said, you fly? I said, well, I did. I've been the route. I'm retired. And he goes, I just got my commercial about 9 months ago, and I'm hesitating whether they would look at me. And I said, look, it ain't over until it's over.
That's
okay?
right.
So don't give up. I have seen people 48, 49 years old be hired because the airlines are not just looking for youth. There's a lot of other things that need to be in that package that maybe you have. Make a long story short, this morning, as I'm walking in, he's in there and he goes, you remember me? He's been, as a matter of fact, he is in one of the companies now talking to the new thing. So that's a success story right there.
Very cool.
You know?
Very cool.
And being a pilot myself, I think that's a great thing.
Very cool.
That you guys are doing with the airfare, especially now that there is a great demand for pilots.
Oh, sure.
And it's keep growing.
Right.
It's just going to keep growing. Is there anything else you would like to tell us?
Well, I want to thank everyone for their support in coming out to the Sun and Fun fundraiser for the Aerospace Center for Excellence. Make sure that you guys check out www.flysnf.org for information about what we do here year-round. And to our presenting sponsor, Florida Restaurant Lodging Association, and to our friends at Florida Aviation Network, thank you so much for your support.
Well, thank you for what you guys do, and I believe that the future of aviation relies on how well our youth understands and is motivated to stay in the aviation industry. And you guys are doing a heck of a job when it comes to that. So I want to thank you so much for being here. I always have a great time interviewing you, but I want to give you a piece of advice, if you don't mind.
Please.
Next time you need to show a little bit less enthusiasm. you know.
I'm going to go hang out in that wonderful green room sponsored by the Islands of the Bahamas and relax a little bit.
Anyway, Rob, well, thank you so much for being here. And for our viewers out there in cyberspace and television land, this is Diego Alfonso signing off with the Florida Aviation Network.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Got to get them all in.
Yeah, he has to.
I got you.
He has to.